Right now, while you are watching this, something is happening inside your brain that you cannot feel and most doctors will never explain. Tiny connections between your brain cells are fraying. Microscopic debris is piling up between neurons. And there is no warning, no pain, no signal. Until one morning, you walk into your kitchen, open a cabinet, and stand there completely blank. Why did I come in here? What was I looking for? That moment, that small, terrifying pause, is not just aging. That is the visible surface of damage that has been building silently for years. Here is what changes everything. Your brain has a built-in repair crew. Every night when you drift into deep sleep, your brain activates an extraordinary cleaning and rebuilding system. It flushes toxic waste, it repairs damaged neurons, it strengthens the connections that hold your memories and your independence together. This system is real, scientifically documented, and remarkably powerful. But it has one critical requirement: raw materials. Specific nutrients most people over 60 are simply not providing. Without those raw materials, your brain goes through the motions of repair, but has nothing to actually work with. What you eat before you sleep determines whether your brain rebuilds itself tonight, or continues to quietly fall apart. I am going to show you 5 whole foods available in any grocery store that deliver exactly what your aging brain needs to repair itself while you sleep. Stay with me, because food number 1 contains a compound so rare, it physically crosses into your brain tissue and protects the repair work as it happens from the inside. My name is Dr. Williams Foster, and here at Senior Health Tips, my focus is helping adults over 60 protect what matters most, using approaches grounded in current research. Here at Senior Health Tips, everything I share is grounded in published evidence, real studies, real findings, because you deserve accurate information, not watered-down advice. Now, where are you watching from today? Drop your city or country in the comments below. I read every single one personally. Let us talk about what your brain is actually doing while you sleep, because most people have absolutely no idea. Your brain does not rest when you sleep. That is a myth. During the day, your brain is focused entirely on the outside world. At night, it turns inward, and what happens next is extraordinary. And a system discovered less than 15 years ago, called the glymphatic system, activates. The spaces between your brain cells physically expand by as much as 60%, and cerebrospinal fluid rushes through those channels, flushing out toxic waste accumulated during the day. The most dangerous waste it clears is beta amyloid, the sticky plaque that builds up in Alzheimer's disease. Everyone produces beta amyloid daily, but after 60, it is working at a fraction of its former capacity. Think of it as a drainage system that has gradually narrowed over years. The water still flows, just not nearly fast enough. And simultaneously, your hippocampus is consolidating memories, replaying and strengthening the neural pathways that encode everything you experience that day. Both processes require specific biochemical resources that, after 60, your body becomes significantly less efficient at producing. That is exactly the gap these 5 foods fill. Food number 1 is wild salmon. And what I'm about to explain goes far beyond the generic advice to eat more fish. Every one of your 100 billion brain cells is surrounded by a membrane made primarily of a fat called DHA. This is the dominant structural fat in your cerebral cortex, responsible for thinking, reasoning, and memory. During deep sleep, the integrity of those membranes determines how cleanly signals travel between neurons. Degraded membranes mean garbled signals. Memories do not form properly. Wild sockeye salmon delivers approximately 1,500 milligrams of preformed bioavailable DHA per serving. Unlike plant-based omega-3 sources, your body absorbs it and delivers it directly to your brain without any conversion needed. Wild salmon is also rich in astaxanthin, one of the rare antioxidants that crosses the blood-brain barrier. Once inside, it embeds directly into cell membranes, providing antioxidant protection exactly where it is needed, most during the high-energy overnight repair operations that generate oxidative stress as a byproduct. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition found astaxanthin improved cognitive function and reduced oxidative stress markers in older adults. Wild salmon also provides highly bioavailable B12, essential for myelin, the insulating sheath around nerve fibers. B12 deficiency after 60 has been directly linked in brain imaging studies to measurably smaller brain volumes and faster cognitive decline. Food number 2. Tart cherries. If wild salmon is the construction crew that rebuilds your brain, Tart cherries are the shift manager that makes sure the crew actually shows up. Tart cherries, specifically Montmorency, are one of the only significant natural food sources of melatonin, and melatonin is far more important to your brain than most people realize. After 60, melatonin production declines dramatically. This has two consequences. First, it disrupts deep, slow-wave sleep, the stage where glymphatic cleaning and memory consolidation occur. Second, you lose the cascade antioxidant protection melatonin provides during those critical overnight hours. Research from Louisiana State University found that tart cherry juice twice daily increased sleep time by an average of 84 minutes in older adults with insomnia. 84 minutes, nearly an hour and a half of additional restorative sleep. Tart cherries also contain anthocyanins, among the most powerful anti-neuroinflammatory compounds in any food. And tart cherries contain tryptophan, the precursor to serotonin and ultimately melatonin, so they simultaneously deliver melatonin directly and provide raw material for your brain to manufacture more of its own. Montmorency variety only. 1 to 2 hours before bed. If you are finding this valuable, hit the like button now. It helps this reach more people over 60 who need to hear it. Stay with me because food number 3 has been sitting in your kitchen for decades and 90% of people are not eating enough of it. Food number 3, whole eggs. Not egg whites, the whole egg, specifically the yolk. Because the yolk contains what I consider the single most important nutrient for nighttime brain repair that almost nobody is talking about, choline, the primary building block of acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter most directly involved in memory formation, learning, attention, and sleep architecture. After 60, acetylcholine levels decline significantly. The primary class of drugs used to treat Alzheimer's disease works by preventing the breakdown of whatever acetylcholine remains. Those drugs do not create new acetylcholine. They just try to preserve what is left. That is how important this single neurotransmitter is. A study in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that less than 10% of the population meets the adequate daily intake for choline. Less than 10%. And over 90% of people are chronically underfeeding their brain the very nutrient it needs most for overnight repair. One large egg yolk contains approximately 150 milligrams of choline in a highly bioavailable form. 2 to 3 whole eggs daily covers a significant portion of your daily target. Egg yolks also provide lutein, linked to better cognitive performance in older adults, vitamin D with deficiency associated with more than double the dementia risk in published research, and complete protein, including tryptophan for melatonin production. And the cholesterol concern, let me address it directly. The 2015 to 2020 U.S. dietary guidelines removed the recommendation to limit dietary cholesterol because the evidence did not support it. Your liver compensates when you consume more dietary cholesterol, and cholesterol is actually essential for brain function. Your brain contains 25% of all the cholesterol in your body, despite being only 2% of your body weight. It is a critical structural component of the very synapses your brain is trying to rebuild during sleep. If you have been throwing away yolks, stop. Your sleeping brain needs what they contain. Food number 4, walnuts. Walnuts target something none of the other foods address directly: your brain's cellular energy system. Your brain consumes roughly 20% of your total energy, despite being only 2% of your body mass. That energy comes from mitochondria. After 60 mitochondria accumulate damage, producing less energy and more toxic byproducts. And this energy deficit directly impairs every aspect of nighttime brain repair. Without adequate cellular energy, the entire repair system slows down. Walnuts contain ellagic acid, which your gut bacteria metabolize into urolithin A, one of the most exciting compounds in aging research. Urolithin A activates mitophagy, your cell's quality control process for identifying damaged mitochondria, breaking them down, and replacing them with new healthy ones. A landmark study in Nature Medicine demonstrated urolithin A improved mitochondrial health in older adults. Subsequent research showed similar benefits in brain tissue. Walnuts also have the highest total polyphenol content of any commonly consumed nut, nearly twice that of almonds or pistachios. And the Nurses' Health study following over 19,000 women found that regular walnut consumption was associated with significantly better cognitive function in later life. At 1 ounce daily, approximately 14 halves, at dinner or as an evening snack. And consistency matters more than quantity here. Regular consumption cultivates the gut bacteria that convert ellagic acid into urolithin A. The benefits increase the longer you maintain the habit. Food number 5 targets what might be the most fundamental process underlying everything your brain does during sleep. Most people have never heard of it in this context. And if you only change one thing about your evening meal after watching this, make it this one. Food number 5, dark spinach. Food number 5 completes this system by targeting the invisible operating system running beneath every other repair mechanism we have discussed. That process is methylation. During sleep, methylation controls DNA repair, gene expression, neurotransmitter production, and myelin maintenance. It is in many ways the master regulator of overnight brain repair, and it depends critically on one nutrient, natural folate, the kind found abundantly in dark leafy spinach. 1 cup of cooked spinach provides approximately 260 micrograms of natural folate, over 60% of the daily recommended intake, in the form your body can use efficiently, regardless of your genetic profile. It is rich in dietary nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide, widening blood vessels and increasing blood flow to the brain. Eating spinach at dinner means nitric oxide levels will be elevated throughout early sleep, precisely when deep slow-wave repair is most active. Spinach is also one of the richest food sources of magnesium, directly involved in synaptic plasticity and long-term potentiation, the molecular mechanism of memory formation. Magnesium also promotes deep sleep by activating the parasympathetic nervous system and regulating cortisol, the stress hormone that, when elevated at night, disrupts sleep architecture. And spinach provides vitamin K for myelin synthesis and vitamin E, which works alongside the astaxanthin from salmon to form a comprehensive membrane defense system during overnight repair. 5 mechanisms: 1 cup cooked with dinner, sautéed in olive oil to enhance absorption of the fat-soluble vitamins. These 5 foods were not chosen randomly. Each fills a specific gap the others do not. Together, they form a complete system. Wild salmon provides the building materials, DHA for cell membranes, astaxanthin for on-site protection, B12 for myelin. Tart cherries are the shift manager, optimizing the depth and duration of the sleep that makes all repair possible while suppressing neuroinflammation. Eggs provide the fuel, choline for acetylcholine, vitamin D for hippocampal function, cholesterol as a structural building block. Walnuts are quality control, triggering mitophagy to replace damaged cellular machinery with new efficient equipment. Spinach is the infrastructure, blood flow that delivers everything to the site, folate that powers the genetic switches, magnesium that strengthens the final product. Remove any one, and the system works less effectively. Provide all five, and you have given your sleeping brain every major tool it needs. Here is your practical summary. Wild salmon, 2 to 3 servings per week, at least one at dinner. Tart cherries, daily, 1 to 2 hours before bed, Montmorency variety only. Whole eggs, 2 to 3 daily with the yolks, at least some at dinner. Walnuts, 1 ounce in the evening. Dark spinach, 1 cup cooked with dinner in olive oil. Your brain is not a passive organ that simply deteriorates with time. It is an active living system that fights to maintain itself every single night. Think about following a conversation without losing the thread, remembering the name that used to escape you, being fully present with the people you love without that quiet background fear that something is slipping. Your brain has carried you through every moment of your life. Tonight, give it what it needs to keep going. I want to hear from you now. Which of these 5 foods are you adding to your evening meal first? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every single one personally. Subscribe to Senior Health Tips so you never miss what we cover next. And share this with someone over 60 in your life who deserves to hear it. This is Dr. Williams Foster. Your brain has the tools to repair itself tonight. Make sure it has the materials to do the work. I will see you in the next one.